everyone, it's Emma and welcome to my channel. Just a quick disclaimer, I have really bad hay fever and my throat is extremely sore, so if I sound like I'm struggling to talk or my throat sounds a bit funny, that is why. My throat is getting more sorer throughout the day and it's a bit ridiculous, but I've tried to film this video so many times today and I'm very determined to just get it done. And also another disclaimer, just ignore the mess in the background, pretend we're in like a nice little forest, a little garden going on, there's like, we're in a fairy circle having this conversation, you know, just pretend we're there rather than in this absolute mess and chaos. Anyway, so July is International Zine Making Month. And from the end of April to early May, I have really gotten into zine making. Before that, I was doing collaging, scrapbooking, like junk journaling, and that has sort of transferred over into zine making, and it's given me a very distinctive zine making style that I am really enjoying. I got into zine making through going to one of Iwana's Artisines workshop. I'll link her Instagram down below if you're in London. She is amazing, and just sort of fell in love with zine making from there. I love the idea that you could put a bunch of zine makers in a room, give us some resources, tell us to make a zine about summer fruits, and every single zine is going to look so different from one another, and that just brings me a lot of joy. And it's also a really accessible form of self-expression and creating. And today I actually wanted to talk you through one of my all-time favourite personal zines I have ever made, which is this one here, Dear Diary. She just created from using resources I already had around me. I did not buy or spend anything extra to create this. I just used what I had. Again, that is the beauty of zine making. I'm going to talk also like about the inspirations behind it and sort of like the certain style and design choices I made. So yeah, let's get into it. As you can see, it says 2008 Dear Diary. And the inspiration for that was my 2008 diary that I kept when I was 10 years old. Though on my actual diary page it says my diary because I was terrible at spelling and would always get words mixed up when I was a child. Now when I was reading through these sort of chaotic and like very funny diary entries, I really noticed like the queer neurodivergent experience of my girlhood showing through in these pages. And that was the main inspiration and driving force behind me creating this personal zine. There was a lot of conversations about feeling lonely and sort of seeing how other people treated me and feeling isolated from certain friends and like friendship circles. And then also a very wholesome account of what is definitely my first ever girl crush. I think at the time I wasn't even aware you could like girls and boys or like be queer. I sort of like knew what being gay was because my mum's best friends were gay and I knew that was like a thing, but I didn't know it applied to me at the time. But upon reflection, it is very wholesome to see me documenting my first ever girl crush. And I wanted the title page to look really fun, really engaging, and sort of encapsulate the sort of youthful energy. So I literally just used a cue card, some sort of foam heart stickers, some flower stickers, oil pastels, a pen, and these sticker letters to really clearly spell out Dear Diary, and we've got some washi tape at the top. Now the next page, I found this old card just lying about and I thought it'd be really cool to use almost as like a sort of like secret blurb kind of page, and it says girlhood on it so people get an idea of what this is going to be about. And then this is almost like a little blurb and it says, my personal experience of girlhood told through various excerpts from my childhood diary. I kept this diary from 2008 till 2009 when I was 10 to 11. Most entries are from 2008. And I feel like that's sort of like just a nice little summary of what this is about. And like it's getting the reader into that sort of nostalgic mindset. And it's like, this is the era we're going to be entering. This is what you're going to get when you read this zine. And I found this old Polaroid I took, I think when I was 20 actually. This isn't from my childhood, but again, I was 10 when I was writing this. This is from when I was 20. It's a nice like sort of 10-year kind of onwards from where I was, but because it's black and white, it just looks very nostalgic and very old-timey, and that is really what I wanted this sort of blurb to capture within my zine. And this is actually just washi tape on a piece of ripped out paper for an extra sort of like layered effect. Just doing some little like stars, again more washi tape, a magazine article, and a bit of oil pastel, ripped up cue card, and more stickers. I decided to go for a diary entry that was a bit more sort of chill and not super like intense about my loneliness I was going through, but still sort of had that element to it. So this is from the 1st of April in 2008, and it says, "Dear Diary, today was horrid. 2 girls in my school hate me. It was the talent show that really cheered me up, but then I got this horrid tummy ache, XE." And I feel like that's just like a standard introduction. Like, today was not good, people don't like me, the talent show was fun though, there's some good things happening in life, like the talent show. But the combined experience of girlhood and just having stomach aches all the time, I still get that to this day. I thought I just really wanted to include that because I feel like that's a very universal experience. So yeah, that is like the opening page and the introduction to the Dear Diary zine. The next pages are probably my favourite pages in this zine, and this is my first little girl crush entry. Georgia, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. And again, I wanted to sort of have like a pink cue card for this mixed in with some blue. I feel like this was like an unintentional nod to the bi flag, and then we've also got like the bi flag colours here as well. And I wanted to include as much text as possible, so I had sort of like less space to play about with imagery and layering, but I thought it'd be really fun to create imagery from the cue cards. So there was a bit where I was like listing what I got at a school fair, which is this here, and then a little bit in the diary entry where I had written about Georgia, her appearance, how beautiful I thought she was, and I was like, let's just add that in a little heart. And this is like just a load of text, but to make it look a bit more interesting, you know, we're adding the sticker gems, we're adding the hearts, there is text going on, and just a little bit of like making it more messy with oil pastels. And this is also from Pride Month, 25th of June 2008. "Dear Diary, today's Wednesday, school was normal, after school was way fun. Sarah went to Brownies and I went to Guy's." Also, Sarah's my younger sister for context. "At Guy's, me and my friend Georgia made a play. It was really fun. Georgia is one of my best mates. She is always fun and sparkly. I really," in capitals, "like her." That's just so cute to read back on. And then we have like this list page and this love heart. And it says, "Dear Diary, today was fun. After school, it was the summer fair. Georgia came. It was so fun. I got food, bracelet, necklace, book, cushion, hair clip." And then in the heart it says, "Georgia has lovely thick brown hair. It is straight and really long. She is so beautiful. Her personality is too." And these butterflies, yeah, Georgia's given me butterflies very obviously, which I probably did not realise at 10. And just making it more colourful and more playful with all these stickers, and just again with the oil pastel scribbles. Just like really using what I have lying about to create this fun childhood having a crush kind of feel. And it's really simple to do with just like pens and paper and just getting creative. And it's like, yeah, I could cut this out into a heart, and then it just adds a whole new meaning and look to the page. And then we go back into the slightly more mellow neurodivergent struggles. This entry made me really sad when I read it, because I also really wanted to be a dancer. I really wanted to be a ballet dancer particularly. And this is from like late October 2008. "Dear Diary, today is Wednesday. I have quit my ballet classes. It's because I am so lonely. Bye for nows. XE." We're really starting to see that more like sadder side, the more neurodivergent experience come through, not having many friends, struggling to fit in. But I still wanted to have that texture there, but in a less obvious fun way, so I did add some sticker gems. And then I sort of wanted to break up from having this really colourful look, and I found this old postcard with this really cool vintage print on it, which I thought made it a bit more mellow and toned down, and it's like more muted colours and then still adding texture, but through these sort of like white pearly stickers instead of really vibrant bright ones. And then I really like it when my zine pages, like they're next to each other, and even if they're kind of about different things, there's still a visual cohesiveness. So like using a part of the postcard for this page as well. I really like doing that, but then adding layering with like the green cue card, and then but still wanting like the blue pen on like the blue cue card, you know? And this says, "Dear Diary, today whenever I went near my friends at school, they ran away screaming. It was like I was evil. They hate me. Whenever they whisper, it's either about boys or me. I was raging at compet since day one. I was not having any of it. They're either chatting shit about me or it's about boys. I had had enough." And also in my diary, I'd really emphasized the words hate, and I really wanted that to translate into this zine. So I like used my like bold big stickers to write out the word hate. And yeah, that is the end of the zine. So this is literally just like it's 5 entries and then like a blurb, and that's it. But it feels like there's so much in this that if I gave it to someone, they could really get that context of what my childhood was like and the experiences I had, and like how that links to my experience of girlhood, you know? Like, you can just be so creative and really unique with how you make zines like this, and I think that is so beautiful. And then this is the end page. I love this page as well. As I had cut out the little heart where I was like writing about Georgia in, I then just had like the rest of the cue card with like this big like empty heart space in. So I thought that'd be really cool to use for the back, and just like put like some card underneath it for a bit more texture. I added keep out because I had also written that on the front of my diary in this petal here. And then I just really wanted to emphasize the love heart and my love for sticker gems. And this little sticker was honestly just from an Etsy order. It was just on the envelope. I actually think the back of this is the envelope. I just cut it down a bit, and so I stuck that on because it's like sending love to my past self and sending love to the reader for like taking the time to read about what my experience was, and just trying to give my younger self a bit of kindness and a bit of grace. Like, have some love. You were going through a rough time. Here you go. So yeah, that is my Dear Diary Zine. And yeah, so if you have any of your old diaries, your old journals lying about, it doesn't even have to be from your childhood. It could be from your teenage years, your early 20s, maybe you're in your 30s, so it could be from your like mid to late 20s, and just picking out those entries that like really speak to you, and just being like, what do I have? I have paper, I have scissors, I have glue, I have some stickers lying about, and I have some cool pens. Let's just use that to make something that is completely me and completely about my experience in my own very expressive way.